India is in the grip of a brutal heat wave, and in some parts, temperatures are so high that even the roads are melting, as seen by these disfigured road markings at an intersection in New Delhi. Temperatures in the city have gone as high as 115 degrees Fahrenheit recently and are expected to hover around 110 degrees in the next several days.
Hello, I'm Todd Starnes. Same-sex marriage is now legal in all 50 states. That ruling handed down by the Supreme Court in a 5-4 decision.
To see the White House doing a victory lap using actual White House property. On Friday, the People's House was illuminated in rainbow colors to celebrate the gay marriage decision. Now, what about all the Americans who believe that a redefinition of marriage is not the job of the Supreme Court?
Today, after 2 years of negotiations, the United States, together with our international partners, has achieved something that decades of animosity has not. A comprehensive long-term deal with Iran that will prevent it from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
Well, new details out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, where officials say a gunman killed 4 Marines at 2 separate military facilities, then died in a shootout
Shocking,
with police.
to say the least. And then when you heard the heavy barrage of gunfire after the police officers arrived, then you knew that there was something serious going on. And because we knew that that naval reserve was over there, that's the first thought that goes through your mind.
We begin with breaking news as we come on the air in the west tonight. A wildfire burning in San Bernardino County, east of Los Angeles. And take a look at this. Hundreds of acres burning, then jumping the freeway. Cars right there catching fire. Multiple ambulances sent to the scene. Authorities concerned this could be a mass casualty event. Also worried that drivers and passengers could in fact be
New York's Empire State Building was lit in green yesterday to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr holiday that marks the end of Ramadan. A building spokeswoman said the skyscraper has carried out the tradition for several years and now it is an annual lighting.
We are continuing to follow this breaking news out of Lafayette, Louisiana, where a gunman opened fire in a movie theater. You're looking at video now of first responders.
Now, 10 victims total. We're talking about 2 people, 2 victims who were shot and killed. The shooter shot and killed himself, said the police chief, and 7 people were taken to local hospitals, and some of them are in critical condition. If you're just joining us at the top of the hour, you should know there has been a shooting at that place, the Grand Theater, that is in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Unveiling of an 8-foot-tall bronze statue of a goat-headed Satan. Most of the people here agree with the teachings of the Satanic Temple, the group responsible for the event.
It's here, it's in Detroit, and this is fantastic that we get to experience this and we get to see this amazing statue be unveiled for all the world to see.
Many tell us they feel misunderstood and are quick to point out they do not worship the devil.
Scorching heat dome over the Middle East sees temperatures soaring to 165 degrees Fahrenheit in
What's
Iran.
What's going to hit Iran next? An earthquake? Or something worse? I mean, folks, look, they got hit with meteorites on Friday. Several deep impact, and Iran's government definitely confirmed it. Now they've been hit with sweltering, and I mean sweltering heat wave. The heat index 165 degrees. This is the second highest heat index recorded.
We're joined now by Elena Bekatoros via Skype. She is the bureau chief for the Associated Press in Athens. So what does this mean that the banks and the stock market are closed tomorrow?
The banks and the stock market will be closed tomorrow, and restrictions will be placed on how much money Greeks can withdraw from their bank account. The square by the Greek parliament grew into a scene of chaos today, with protesters and police exchanging Molotov cocktails and tear gas grenades. Greece itself is at a standstill today, with a nationwide strike paralyzing industry, transport and buses. Up to 1 million people are taking part in protests, with around 50,000 around Parliament alone. The action is against a third round of austerity being debated by the government. If passed,
It would mean deep slashes to pensions and a raise in the retirement age to 67.
We wanted to bring you an update on the developments of Legionnaire's disease, which is spreading throughout New York City. 4 people are now dead and 55 hospitalized in the outbreak of the disease throughout New York City. The total number to have contracted the disease is now up to 65 since mid-July.
In an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease in New York City, dozens more were sick. Many scientists call the disease a great...
To breaking news out of Brooklyn, a massive sinkhole in Sunset Park. This is the scene at 5th Avenue and 64th Street. Chopper 2 flew over that area earlier. You can see authorities have the scene blocked off. CBS News also on the ground. You can see these pictures here. And once again, this is at the intersection of 5th Avenue and 64th Street.
For the second time in just 2 weeks, a gunman has targeted moviegoers, this time in Tennessee. In a Nashville area movie theater, a gunman and psycho wielding a hatchet entered a screening of Mad Max, started reportedly attacking moviegoers, injuring at least one of them before being killed by police. You may recall last week, a man in Lafayette, Louisiana, entered a screening of Trainwreck and killed multiple people before himself being shot by police.
Forcing a popular campsite at Yosemite National Park to shut down. 2 squirrels just died of the disease at Tuolumne Meadows campground. The site is being closed on Monday for 5 days so the area can be treated with insecticide. The plague is spread by fleas. A child at a different Yosemite campsite came down with the disease after a visit earlier this summer.
Young couple, 20 and 22 years old, a 20-year-old woman, Jalen Young, and 22-year-old Mohammed Daklala, allegedly wanted to travel to Syria to join ISIS. This investigation began back in May when they were on social media talking to undercover FBI agents. And at that time, Young, who is a recent Islam convert and also is the daughter of a police officer in Vicksburg, Mississippi, had allegedly expressed to the FBI agent that she wanted to pledge allegiance to ISIS overseas.
They say this was art. Artist Android Jones designed this fierce portrait of Kali, who is the goddess of time, the goddess of change we can believe in, the goddess of power, the goddess of destruction, also known as the Dark Mother or the goddess of death. There's more than just one picture. I want to show you quickly. There's another illumination. You can see how this would... Could you imagine living in New York City and this being this towering over you, visible to the whole city? Can you imagine? Look at this. Oh my. Nobody wants... This is why she's called the goddess of death, the Dark Mother.
And we just want to be as patient as possible. Message to those who are looting.
Not gunfire.
Cover, guys. Come back over.
消防队他妈的得千万别去碰。
我操！我操！
我靠！哪地方炸了？我日！我靠！天都亮了！我靠！这是哪儿啊？不知道。我操！明天要上新闻啊！哇！我日，楼都在晃，巨糗啊！我靠，原子弹玩儿是。我操！楼上玻璃碎了，我操！这冲击力太大了。别看了，楼别塌了，我靠！赶紧穿衣服。楼别塌了。